this our daughter to you for her well-being. Here's a little bit of money along with this to take care of her, to take good care
Right.
of her. That's probably, if I were to guess, that's the
Right.
cultural relevance.
Right.
Considering the cost of a house, 2 cars, kids, college, and general living expenses, studies show the average cost of a marriage over time is close to $2 million. If marriage is that costly, does it really make sense for one person, the man, to shoulder all of it?
It's not necessarily needed. Like, we both have our own cars. Like, I've owned property before, but I still want a man that can take care of me. And
Fellas, listen. I hope you're listening. Women want an unfair deal. But I'm going to get to the point of this, fellas. The purpose of getting married to a woman, hear me, fellas, you're not supposed to buy a house with a woman. You're supposed to use the money that her family offers you to invest in a home. You want to know why? Because if all else fails, their daughter's taken care of. This is why the guy said most families will give up either like a car, something, a really, really, really expensive car where it can be sold, or they'll give up property because the daughter is to be kept by the man. But there is no cost coming out of the man's pocket. See, but like the guy said, but in today's society, it's been flipped where you are to take a course. You take care of the wedding. You buy the house. That's why you guys feel taken advantage of when there's a divorce that happens and she keeps the house. Well, basically, if you guys stood on man principle and you guys realize that the woman's family is supposed to sit here and take care of the house and pay for the house and pay and give you a substantial amount to take care of this home, there you go.
I got my swag right, feeling crispy clean. Girl, I'm the flyest mother you've ever seen.
Welcome back to the Hear Me Out podcast in association with True Hall of Fame Builds. I'm your host, Michael May, and today, fellas, you guys, I'm gonna say this again. You guys are absolutely scared to be men. Fellas, listen to me. This is the problem that I have with the men in society today. And this is why I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad when a woman leaves you and takes half. I don't feel bad when the court runs you through the ground because you don't understand terms, you don't understand laws. I don't feel bad because you guys don't respect or honor origins. You guys live in a clown world where you like, oh, a man is this, and a man pays all the bills, and a man pays, and a man does. Listen, hear me out, y'all. The other day I watched a video. Listen to me. I watched a video from a dude named West Watson, who he had the nerve to speak to another man about him being soft and all this. This man got married to a woman that was pregnant when he met her with another man's child. What are we talking about? Like, we live in a clown world where we let this bozo sit here talking about, yeah, a real man. Bro, you took somebody else's child and you're like, I raise her and I love her. Now, not saying that that doesn't have some kind of honor in it, but you literally met a woman while she was pregnant. Stop. Now, he needs to just stick to doing gym stuff and leave it at that. Nobody's listening to him for nothing. We don't care anything else he has to say. Like, I seen that stream recently, it was a while ago, where he was on with Fresh and Fit and trying to come at the dude Andrew. And Andrew's sitting there like, dude, first of all, Andrew's been way more successful, way longer than he has. Wes thinks by showing and look at the houses and look what I'm doing and my girl is beautiful and look, nigga, you have proven nothing. You have proven nothing. But the problem with men in today's society, you guys don't respect the information. You guys don't respect the origins. And I will say this video is going to prove one major thing. And this is why I say I don't feel bad for none of you dudes. You want to know why? Because you guys are afraid to stand on principle. Today's video I'm going to be reacting, I'm going to be using It's Complicated on one part of the video. And then we're going to jump to Anton Daniels, because I want y'all guys to peep something. Because I keep telling you guys, we like to hijack words as a society and change them to make them fit where we would like them to fit. This is weird. At the bottom of this video, make sure you tag Anton Daniels and tag It's Complicated. Let them know I'm showing them nothing but love. Y'all guys take y'all flowers. Now, I want to read something to you guys, right? Cause this is the problem that I have with men. That men today, they don't stand on principle. Now, I'm gonna read what a dowry is. I want you guys to pay attention how society changes it. Watch this. So you Google, what is a dowry? When a man gives a father a dow, it typically refers to a gift from the groom or his family to the bride's family, or a thank you gift, to the parent, whatever case. The groom or his family may offer a dowry, which is a wealth transfer from the bride or whatever the case, right? Pay attention. Now I'm reading its origins. Ready? Dowries originated as a way for the bride's family to contribute to the cost of establishing a new household. In some cultures, they serve as a form of compensation for the brides, the labor, whatever the case may be. People, you have to understand, we have to always go back to the time of first mention. We let people hijack words the same way we do like misogyny and misogyny, and people want to change words. Like, there's a reason why there's a word that there's a reason why it's there, and there. If you don't understand the difference between the three of them, that ain't my problem. But now I want you guys to understand something, right? We live in a clown world where men know the information, yet they're afraid to imply it or apply it, my bad, so that way you get the best results. I want you to pay attention. Listen to this video, y'all, and then I'm gonna jump over to Anton Daniels' video, because I want you to understand this is why I don't feel bad for no guys. I don't feel bad for no guys at all in the least bit when you get ran through the ringer in divorce. Let's keep going.
What is a dowry and why did it exist?
Dowry is a gift given from the female's family to a man when they get married, providing for the household and the relationship. And it doesn't exist today because men are expected to take care of the woman and provide for them in every way instead of the woman contributing anything.
I think it's a cultural thing, but I think it's a little misogynistic in the fact that, like, you're kind of buying somebody in the matter of form of money or animals or whatever kind of property you have. Or
My understanding of dowry is not super.
So her understanding is the bride price. Bride price is usually given from the man to the father, because obviously labor is coming out of the house. But the key part is this was established for virgins. Fellas, how can you pay something that isn't readily available? Now, let's get back to dowry though. Let's get back.
Familiar, but like in Indian culture, for example, when a man is going to marry a woman, the woman's family actually gives quite a bit to the man's family. So not super familiar with that, but
Yep.
I think it varies culture to culture. So
It is a form of financial
Here goes a man.
payout, if you will, that the bride side pays the groom side. It may come in the form of a car or a property or just cash.
Yep.
It refers to property or money brought by a bride to her husband on their marriage. If women have always been the prize, why did the concept of a dowry ever exist in the first place?
yeah, that's an interesting concept. I haven't really thought about that too much.
Because men don't understand. I'm sorry, let me phrase this. Men understand that they are the ones to protect, to provide, to cultivate, to be the priest of their homes. So fellas, how is a woman a prize if you supersede them in every single way? The bride prize is saying, thank you, Dad, for doing the right thing and keeping your daughter for me. Thank you for all your hard work. I appreciate you. Thank you. You guys, ready? Let me give you guys an example. Because sometimes it's right in front of your face, but you don't see it. Have you ever seen the movie The Hangover? Remember when the guy's father let him take the Mercedes Benz? The Benz was worth $1.5 million. He took it to Vegas. He said, fellas, my dad loves this car more than me. This guy's driving it. No one can touch it. And he's like, come on, man. My sister drives better than this. And at the end of the movie, the father said, that's my gift to you. Because if he wanted to keep it in the family, he could. If he wanted to sell it, then obviously, most of those proceeds should go to be taking care of his daughter. That's why the groom's family would gift the man. People, let's keep going though. Just listen, I'm getting somewhere.
Yeah, like in American culture, that doesn't really exist. You have the bride and groom's family pay for certain things at the reception, and the man will pay for the ring, for example. And
I think it existed so that both sides were properly contributing and actually helping each other grow in a relationship and marriage and life, instead of nowadays where it's a man just taking care and helping a woman grow while he only loses.
Yep.
I don't know. To be honest,
Yo, that young man right there is smart, because they changed it. They changed the purpose of marriage. People, everything that you know in this life has been hijacked. People, when I started paying more attention to where something started versus where it's actually at, you tend to understand that some people are just they're just designed to fail, and you have to let them stay there, while you as a man should be seeking the actual information. But let's keep going.
I've thought a lot about the historical relevance of it, but if I were to guess, it's probably like, hey, we're giving, in a very sort of masculine society or a patriarchal society, we're giving this, our daughter to you for her well-being. Here's a little bit of money along with this to take care of her, to take good care
Right.
of her. That's probably, if I were to guess, that's the
Right.
cultural relevance.
Right.
Considering the cost of a house, 2 cars, kids, college, and general living expenses. Studies show the average cost of a marriage over time is close to $2 million. If marriage is that costly, does it really make sense for one person, the man, to shoulder all of it?
It's not necessarily needed. Like, we both have our own cars. Like, I've owned property before, but I still want a man that can take care of me. And
Fellas, listen. I hope you're listening. Women want an unfair deal. But I'm going to get to the point of this, fellas. The purpose of getting married to a woman, hear me, fellas, you're not supposed to buy a house with a woman. You're supposed to use the money that her family offers you to invest in a home. You want to know why? Because if all else fails, their daughter's taken care of. This is why the guy said most families will give up either like a car, something, a really, really, really expensive car where it can be sold, or they'll give up property because the daughter is to be kept by the man. But there is no cost coming out of the man's pocket. See, but like the guy said, but in today's society, it's been flipped where you are to get a course. You take care of the wedding. You buy the house. That's why you guys feel taken advantage of when there's a divorce that happens and she keeps the house. Well, basically, if you guys stood on man principle and you guys realize that the woman's family is supposed to sit here and take care of the house and pay for the house and pay and give you a substantial amount to take care of this home, there you go. There you go. That's why you guys feel slighted. You feel cheated in marriages. And I understand why you guys don't want to get married, because you're not supposed to lose half of your assets. You want to know why? Because we live in today's society where this country has flipped it. But in most places, like they said, even in Indian culture, if I ain't mistaken, I think in Arabic culture is the same thing. In other cultures, the groom, the bride's family gives this to the groom, like, yo, take care of my child, because if all else fails, I know she's still taken care of because we left her in good standings. Ready? Most of my friends, most of my boys, right? And I'm sorry to say this, y'all. My Asian friends and most of my white friends, that's what their family did. And even the women, the family would either build a house, because it's cheaper to build a house than it is to buy a house that's already made. They would build a house for their child, so in case anything was to happen and the man was to leave, there is no fighting over the property because it was meant for her. It was meant for her. Let's keep going though. You guys don't understand this concept.
And yeah, I want someone who can either match me or be above.
Yeah, life.
Now, you heard what she said. I want somebody who can match me and be above. Like I always tell you, fellas, you could either love a woman or understand her. And I want you to understand the problem when men make money, they try to decide how they're going to take care of their family, their loved ones. When women make money, now they want to raise the bar and be like, I need a man on my level or above. But her level of money and her ability to bring money in, we don't care about that, because most men, we don't have access to women's money. The proper woman would be like, hey, look, this is what I got, and here, this is the family's. Let's do what we got to do with this. But most women don't want to operate like that, because most women aren't raised to be wives. Let's keep going though.
It's expensive. I think marriage is still worth it, even if you have to save a little bit of money. I think people think that they need to be financially in a good position before they get married. I don't think you should wait. It's definitely worth it.
If your goal is marriage, what have you financially prepared to bring to that relationship?
Nothing.
See,
So I can financially provide for my.
fellas, she was not playing. Fellas, she was not playing. She was legitimate in her answer. But let's keep going.
Myself. But yeah, when it comes to kids, I need my partner to step up. I'm gonna hold that baby for 9 months, and then I can't work because I'm gonna have to take care of the child.
Why is it considered rude to ask modern women what they bring to the table?
I don't think it's rude. If I go on a first date, that's probably going to be the first question I ask a man, and if he asks the same thing, then I'll respect that too, because he should get just the same amount out of that question that I do.
I think it's rude because they don't bring anything to the table nowadays.
If a woman brings
This guy's a gangster. I gotta be friends with this guy. I gotta find this guy. This guy's see, people, I want you to understand. See, this man right here, you guys would call him a coward, but this is a man that's standing on principle, and I respect his answers. He's not afraid. He's not afraid to be the man that he was designed to be. The problem is you guys are.
no money to a marriage, isn't she basically saying her only value is her body?
Yes, absolutely, because what else would she be bringing to the marriage? She could bring support emotionally, but support emotionally 90% of the time for women nowadays is using their body.
If that's true, what separates her from a concubine?
Nothing.
And I had a live stream yesterday. I did Man Talk yesterday about this. I said, fellas, most women are just concubines. Fellas, a concubine is a lower wife. That means that she has access to what you can do and provide for her while she's with you. That is it. That's a concubine. Most women don't bring nothing to a relationship, to a marriage, except their body. And they think that that is enough. It's not. That's a fellas, when he...
Well, I'm saying if a woman doesn't bring a dowry, then wouldn't she only be bringing her body?
In that scenario, well, I mean, even in that scenario, I don't think anybody, I mean, I would probably stand up for the folks, you know, who think that, like, I don't think they would think that it's just the body that's coming. It's a lot more. I mean, in fact, she's worshipped on the way into the house. As you know, because we have, in India, there's a lot of female gods, and she's just another god.
Considering the cost of a house,
You see? In different cultures, they like to worship. And I'm sitting here like, bro, it's crazy.
cars, kids, college, and general living expenses, studies show the average cost of a marriage over time is close to $2 million. If a marriage is that costly, does it really make sense for one person, the man, to shoulder all of it?
I mean, in this day and age, it's not just, I mean, you know, we live in a society where both women and men work, and they're trying to meet, you know, make ends meet. So no, I mean, you know, I think it's a joint effort.
Fellas, and let's be clear, women have always worked. We gotta stop that. We gotta stop that shit that, fellas, women have always worked. I showed you guys, fellas, I showed you the proof last summer where I said, when women be like, women were forced to be home to cook and clean. Women were forced by who? Women. Men did not force women into the home. Women were forced into the home because women deemed it. I did the video. If I gotta find it for you, I'll show it to you. Women deemed it unfair that some women were married, had a man at home to take care of them, and they still worked, bringing in double income. So for the single women, they felt like it was taking away from other women the opportunity to work when they already have a man at home who's working. So rather than have double income, they try to force that single income on the families and society. Who did that? A woman did. A woman is the one who forced women back into the homes. See, you know what's sad? That most women don't even know this information. But
Would you agree that relationships evolve over time, sex drive can decline, or a man's income can drop as he...
all right, hold up. Now let's get over to this Anton Daniels, right? So this video, right, is speaking about. So now let's go to this. It says, men worry about money, not their children. Women lies on why men should lose homes in divorce.
What does it look like when a father is pushed out of a home? You mean when a father is asked to leave the home? I know why. Most of the time, the fathers are the ones who leave the familiar home because the kids have rooms in that home. The kids have stability in that home, and the kids believe that that home is their safe place. So if you and the mom are separating, why would you want to take that safety away from your kids? Why would you want to take the stability of the familiar household away from the kids?
Now let's stop right here. Fellas, why would you hear she's speaking like she's so smart and intelligent? Fellas, now the video played this far and I had to stop it. So I'm not really sure what Anton's gonna say. Hear me. But I know if Anton is the man I think he is, he's gonna stand on principle, and hopefully he backs me up behind me looking crazy. Hear me. Fellas, this is the reason why, like I said, the woman's family is supposed to give the groom money, real estate, an expensive vehicle, something to provide for the daughter. So if you were to leave, the house is, hey, your parents pay for that. That's your crib. I don't care. Take that. Because we don't lose no money. We don't lose nothing. Us moving is supposed to be an easy transition. But we live in a world where we expect the men to pay for the wedding, pay for the house, and then you feel duped out of what you've worked so hard for. Now, ready, fellas? Now, if I pay for the house, you clearly can't afford it. Yes, why would a man should be concerned about his money? I bought this house and clearly you can't afford it. So the person who usually can't afford to maintain the home is the one who would leave, right? But we live in a clown world where we force the man out. We force the man out. And he paid for all this. And then you get left at home, but you can't afford it. You can't pay for all this. Then we leave you with the house, you get alimony, you get all this. But like, listen, if you're really paying attention, people, let's keep going.
Thinking because it's kind of a selfish reason, you want to keep the house because you think that because you paid for the house is yours, and it doesn't.
Yes, if I paid for the house is my. What is she saying, fellas? What is she saying? What the hell is she talking about? You think because you pay for the house is yours. That's what paying for something is. If I bought a car, the car is mine. Fellas, we live in a clown world, man. That's why I tell you guys got to start dealing in principle. You guys got to understand. Listen, a chick want to get married? Cool. Tell your father to make sure that listen, I need some of that money for this crib. I need some of that money. oh, well, my dad, I don't get along with my dad and my family. Well, I guess we not getting married. Fellas, you have to stand on principle.
Matter about the safety and stability of your kids, your
Look at Anton's face. Look at Anton's face. I think Anton's gonna agree with me. Hold on.
house is yours, and it doesn't matter about the safety and stability of your kids. Your finances are so much more important. Know this couple who did the most amazing thing when they.
Well, before we get over to her fictional story, let's first address the elephant in the room. Number one, people move all the time. That's just a given. Like, that's not anything that's groundbreaking. It's not something that's, oh man, you know what? That's crazy.
Right.
People move all the time. They move as a result of being in the military. They move as a result of upgrading their homes. They move as a result of downgrading their homes. And guess what? They take their children with them. For us to get to the point to where we're gaslighting so hard and that we are trying to communicate to people that
it all started when this guy had
I think Anton's gonna agree. I think Anton's gonna agree with me.
The reason why people fight for their homes, not the equity in the homes, not whether or not the person cheated, not the context behind whether or not she's working, he's working, if they are truly splitting assets. The reason that she's trying to justify that a man is leaving the home is because he cares more about money than he does his children. I would have you to believe that, or I would have you to understand that men actually stick around, and the reason why women file for divorce, some would say, depending on the state that you would reside in, over 90% of the time, but on average, roughly around 70% of the time, they are the ones that leave the relationship, is because they care more about how they feel than they do about what's best for the children.
Listen, y'all. One of these days, I'm gonna end up on Anton's show. Y'all know me. They call me the bad guy. I tell everybody, say hello to the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. Hear me, fellas. Thing is this. This is principal point. This is the principal point. Most women leave the relationship because how they feel. I'm not happy. You know, Coach Greg always asks, I'm not happy. Right? Hear me. But when a man leaves a relationship and he wants to keep his house because it's his money, we're wrong, fellas. Stop letting women move the goalposts. But you want to know why some of you guys, you get the results that you get is because you're afraid to stand on you're afraid to hold masculine frame and stand on principles. This is the reason why you guys get such horrible results. And it's nobody's fault but y'all's. Because if you guys understood, if you guys wasn't afraid to speak to women, you would get really good results. Now, mind you, me being a man, you already know I practice polygyny, the Bible with the biblical way. You communicating is key. Truth, honesty is key. So I've had these conversations. Listen, my wife's father was, yo, I want to take care of the house for you guys. I want to take care of the house for you guys. Straight up, I want to take care of the house for you guys. Because he understands. If all else fails, she's still covered. That's the way, that's the proper way. That's the proper way to give your daughter away. And I'm sure Anton spoke about it before, that he's gonna do the same thing with his daughter. If I am mistaken, I could have sworn he said, yeah, my daughter, I'm gonna either give them a property, and if anything was happen to them, my daughter stays on that, because that was given. The man is making his money. He should be having his money to the side, stacked and invested, while his daughter is still kept in the home. She's chilling. Hopefully she's working on a career, doing what she got to do, figuring it out, and all is well. All is well. But y'all guys are afraid to be men, masculine men. You guys let these dumb dudes 50, 100%, 100. So you're gonna buy the house, and then you wonder why you feel some kind of way when it gets taken from you. But Anton is setting up his daughter for success, where the man wouldn't have to feel that way. And so will I the day that my daughter, I have a daughter. I cannot wait for that day. But let's keep rocking and rolling.
Best for the children often at times is that you keep your family together and you work hard, for richer or for poor, for better or for worse, to ensure that you are giving stability to the children, because it doesn't matter about whether or not they sleep in their bedrooms.
Right.
It matters whether or not, you know, the routines are broken from the father and the mother not playing and co-parenting, even within the marriage, effectively for the children to be able to be successful as adults.
Amen.
That is what's most important.
Yep.
But to gaslight me and to say that men only want to keep their home for financial reasons and not necessarily because they care about what's best for the kids, I will tell you that honestly, I believe that the parent that makes the most money is the one that probably should get custody, because that is what's best for the kids.
People. But you know, see, I'm not surprised. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Anton says he's a man of God. So there are certain principles that we stand on. If I'm the breadwinner, if I'm the super breadwinner, and the kids are supposed to stay with the person that makes the most money. In the house that was built, provided for, the kids should stay in that home. So when you see these millionaire guys, they kick them out of their house, and then they expect the men to pay alimony and child support. But it's like, I bought all this, so why don't you just get rid of her because she didn't pay for shit? That would make sense, right? But we live in a clown world.
Not just by default going over into the woman because she says so or because that's our cultural norms. I just can't believe she's even trying to gaslight us on this type of thing.
Right.
But let's continue to hear what she got to say.
So much more important. Know this couple who did the most amazing thing when they separated. They got one apartment.
Hear me. I hate it. People, I hate when people say, I know this couple. People always know someone. Do you know several someones? See, people want to bank what they're saying on the possibility, not the probability, and it's very, very weird for me.
And they split the kids 50-50. And the kids stayed in the familiar home. But guess what? When it was mom's turn to have the kids, she stayed in the home and the dad stayed in the apartment. But when it was dad's time to have the kids, they didn't go to the apartment. Oh no. The dad went to the home and the mom went to the apartment.
That sounds like the dumbest thing that I've ever heard in my entire life, honestly. That sounds like the dumbest thing that I've ever heard in my entire life.
Hold on, wait. Fellas, I should have listened to the video. So she said, I know this couple that did the most amazing thing. So hear me, y'all. Look what she's saying. She expects the man to take care of her twice. So pretty much she's always taken care of. There's a house outside of the house, and they're sharing all of the spaces. Fellas, you want to know why she wants this? Because I guarantee you she cannot afford to live the life that she wants to live, and she still needs the man to pay for her to live her life. No, if we're done, we're done. If you're gonna keep the home and they want to grant you, you're gonna pay everything in that home. And if you lose the home, that's on you. This is the problem. This is why the dowry is there. So your parents pay for this home. This is your home. It is what it is. So don't get mad that now I stack my bread. So in case anything wants to happen, now I got this big home. Well, why can't you take the smaller home and leave us to the kids? No. No, bitch, this is what your parents paid for. That's your home where you're staying with your fellas. Do you understand this?
That sounds like you probably should just go ahead and get back together. Yo, we
I ain't
gotta
think about
stop
that.
taking advice from people that don't know any better. We gotta
Right.
stop pedestalizing the advice for people just because they got a platform on these social media
100%.
things. Honest to God, really. And she's trying to justify.
And I always say this, just because somebody got a mic and they could talk and they can get on camera, y'all cannot listen to everybody that just puts a video up, because some of these guys, they don't have real world experience, y'all. I'm just letting y'all know that.
This. And I'm assuming for the sake of conversation that she's probably in this position where she needs to try to justify it, even in the face of the people on social media, because this makes no sense whatsoever. Now, I could be off, and I'm always going to link back to the content creator. So that link will be down in the description. Make sure you guys tap into the Patreon also. And then also subscribe to the channel. But let me hear the rest of what she got to say.
That's brilliant. That is brilliant because the home is the children's safety and stability. And that in itself is healthy. But a lot of times men are like, well, I was kicked out of my home. She stole my home from me. And you completely forget about the effect that divorce has on children.
Why did you divorce then?
You forget that divorce
So that's okay for you to steal from me.
has a very large impact on children. And instead of you recognizing that and saying, I want the least
Gaslighting is crazy.
changes to my kid's life because mom and me couldn't work things out. I want my children to be safe and stable. You don't think about that. You think about the finances first. And you're more actively engaged in trying to figure out how to get the house away from the mom, how to not pay child support, how to not care about your children's safety and stability, while mom is usually the one doing that. If you feel like you've been kicked out of the house and it doesn't matter to you that the kids are staying there for safety and stability, and you choose.
Best way to clean your dog's ears: Q-tips.
You know what's funny,
Nope.
y'all? You know
Chemical
what's funny?
drops? Nope.
People always
Earwax?
say.
Nope. Here's what.
People always say
to not be
safety
a
and
part of their
stability.
life because you feel like you've been hurt and broken, and God forbid, I'm so pissed off that she got the house and she.
Yo, listen, basically you just creating a safe space for her to be able to bust it down for a real one for her new man, for her new boyfriend. That's all you doing. Real talk. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be real with you. You're basically creating a safe space for her to get monkey pounded by somebody that don't have your kids' best interests at heart.
Yep.
And they don't care about your kids. They're not about to be a step baby daddy or a step crash dummy. And if they do, now,
He kicked me out. That's a you problem. It's not a her problem. That is a you problem. Because
What I will tell you, let me see what 90, because 91, let me see.
91% of custody cases are settled outside of court. Why is that? It's because they can agree
because they tired of spending money on lawyers and they need to get something done.
that the kid's safety and stability is the most important thing in the.
Fellas, I will tell you this, man. Rent. Live within your means, man. It is what it is. Live within your means. Because if there isn't a dowry and that woman's family isn't putting up to you so their daughter can keep the home, stop buying homes. Stand on principle. Cause you know what, fellas? Yeah, it's very easy. Fellas, for a man to pay 100% of the bills, cool. And the house is bought, the house is paid for, all I gotta do is maintain this stuff. I could do that. You wanna know why? Cause the minute I leave, she gotta do it. I'm not gonna still maintain this home. And guess what? I could still go, fellas, y'all don't understand how this works, man. Cause y'all soft. And y'all scared to be masculine men and stand on principle. But yes, women are out here robbing you for your fortune, and y'all guys is letting them because you let society try to make you feel some kind of, man, y'all gotta grow some balls, man. It is what it is, man. Y'all already know. I'm your host, Michael May. Thank you for being here. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Y'all guys gotta start standing on principle. Like the young man did in the first video where he was like, because society expects men to take care of everything when it comes to a woman. She come from a broken home, fellas, don't marry her. Her family ain't gonna be there to help her with dowry. Get your prenup. Look, this is what we're gonna do. This house is not yours. If I'm paying for the house is not yours. Straight up, fellas, y'all gotta start. Y'all niggas is soft, man. It is what it is. I see y'all in the next one. We out.